Stop what you're doing for just a moment. I want you to think about the last time you climbed a flight of stairs. Did you notice your legs feeling heavier than they used to? Maybe you found yourself gripping the handrail tighter or pausing halfway up to catch your breath. If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. And if you're watching this because someone you love is struggling with weak legs, I see you too. Here's what most people don't realize: that growing weakness in your legs isn't just about getting older. It's not something you have to accept or live with. Because what I'm about to share with you could change everything. There's one simple food, something you can find at any grocery store for under $5, that recent scientific studies show can help seniors feel stronger in their legs in just days. Not weeks, not months, days. And listen, I know you've probably tried things before. Maybe you've spent money on expensive supplements that promised the world but left you disappointed. Maybe you've been told that losing strength is just part of aging. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the whole truth. Your legs carry you through life. They take you to see your grandchildren, to your garden, to your kitchen to make that morning coffee. When they get weak, it's not just about mobility. It's about your independence, your confidence, your ability to live life on your terms. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share 5 scientifically proven foods that can help restore strength to your legs. And the number 1 food on this list? It's going to surprise you. It outperforms supplements that cost 50 times more, and I'll give you the exact amounts and timing that make all the difference. But before we jump in, do me a favor, drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. I love connecting with our community here at Elderly Healthcare. And if you want more evidence-based health tips that actually work for seniors, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Are you ready to discover how one simple food could give you back the leg strength you thought was gone forever? Let's get started. So here we are. You want to eat this one food and feel stronger legs in days, and science has proven it works. Let me introduce you to your new best friend, tart cherry juice. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Cherry juice? Really? But stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. Multiple studies published in respected sports medicine journals have discovered something remarkable about this deep red liquid. Tart cherries are absolutely packed with these powerful compounds called anthocyanins. Think of them as your body's personal repair crew. These natural compounds get to work immediately, reducing the inflammation in your muscles and dramatically speeding up recovery. In one groundbreaking study, participants who drank tart cherry juice experienced significantly less muscle pain and recovered their strength much faster than those who didn't. We're talking about real, measurable differences that you can actually feel. But here's why this matters so much for you as a senior. As we get older, our muscles start playing by different rules. That simple walk around the block that used to be nothing, now it leaves your legs feeling heavy and tired for hours, sometimes even the next day. Even something as basic as working in your garden can leave you feeling like you've run a marathon. This happens because, as we age, our muscles take longer and longer to bounce back from even the simplest activities. It's like your body's repair system gets sluggish. But tart cherry juice? It wakes that system right back up. It breaks the cycle of inflammation that keeps your muscles weak, sore, and slow to recover. Now, let me clear up something that trips up a lot of people. You might be thinking, great, I'll just grab any cherry juice from the store. But hold on, not all cherry juices are created equal. Sweet cherry juice, the kind that tastes like candy, it doesn't have nearly enough of these powerful compounds to make a difference. You need tart cherry juice, specifically. And here's something else most seniors don't realize. Timing matters. It's not just about drinking it. It's about when you drink it. The research is very clear on this. You want to take 8 to 12 ounces of 100% tart cherry juice twice a day. And this is crucial. Look for the unsweetened versions. Those sugar-loaded versions at the store are going to work against you, not for you. Here's exactly how to do it. Have your first serving in the morning, about 30 minutes before breakfast. Your second serving should be in the evening, ideally a couple hours before bed. This timing gives your body the best chance to use those powerful compounds when your muscles are doing their repair work. Within just a few days, you're going to notice something different. That heaviness in your legs after walking, it starts to fade. Those stairs that have been your enemy, they're going to feel manageable again. And that soreness that used to linger for hours after simple activities, it's going to become a thing of the past. But tart cherry juice is just the beginning. While it's working on muscle recovery, our next food takes a completely different approach. It's all about improving the blood flow to your leg muscles. And that brings us to nature's circulation boosters, leafy greens like spinach and kale. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh great, another person telling me to eat my vegetables," hear me out. Because the science behind this is absolutely fascinating, and it's going to change how you think about these greens forever. When you eat spinach, kale, or other dark leafy greens, something incredible happens inside your body. These vegetables are loaded with natural compounds called nitrates. Now, your body is like a brilliant chemistry lab. It takes these nitrates and converts them into something called nitric oxide. And nitric oxide? It's like a magic key that unlocks your blood vessels. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. As we age, those hoses start to get a little stiff, a little narrow. Blood doesn't flow as freely as it used to. But nitric oxide acts like a gentle hand that relaxes and widens those vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely throughout your body, especially to your leg muscles. And this is huge for seniors, because poor circulation is one of the biggest reasons why your legs feel weak and tired. When your muscles aren't getting enough oxygen-rich blood, they can't do their job properly. It's like trying to run a car engine without enough fuel. Everything just feels sluggish and difficult. But when you start eating these circulation-boosting greens regularly, you're essentially giving your muscles the fuel delivery system they've been craving. More oxygen, more nutrients, flowing exactly where they need to go. Now, let me bust a myth that stops a lot of seniors from getting these benefits. Many people think raw greens are always better. You know, those big raw kale salads that are so popular. But here's the surprising truth. Cooking these greens actually makes some of their most important nutrients more available to your body. When you cook spinach or kale, you're breaking down the cell walls and making it easier for your digestive system to extract all those powerful compounds. Plus, let's be honest, cooked greens taste a whole lot better to most of us. And speaking of taste, I know many of you avoid these greens because you think they're too bitter or just don't taste good. But that's usually because they haven't been prepared properly. When you saute spinach with a little garlic and olive oil, or add kale to a hearty soup, they become absolutely delicious. You might even find yourself craving them. Here's your simple action plan. Aim for 1 cup of cooked leafy greens every single day. That could be spinach sautéed with your morning eggs, kale mixed into your lunchtime soup, or even greens blended into a smoothie if that's easier for you to digest. Within a week or 2 of making this a daily habit, you're going to notice your legs feeling less heavy, especially when you're walking or standing for longer periods. That tired, achy feeling that creeps in during the day, it's going to start fading away. Speaking of circulation, our next food takes these blood flow benefits to an entirely new level. And that food is beetroot juice, nature's natural performance enhancer. Now, if you thought leafy greens were impressive, wait until you hear what beetroot juice can do. Multiple research studies have shown that this deep purple liquid increases those same nitric oxide levels we just talked about. But here's the kicker. It does it even more powerfully than leafy greens. We're talking about research that shows improved muscle force and endurance within just hours of drinking it. Not days, not weeks, hours. That's the kind of result that gets scientists excited, and it should get you excited too. Here's what this means for your daily life. You know that struggle of getting up from your favorite chair? Or how walking to the mailbox and back leaves you feeling more winded than it should? Beetroot juice helps your muscles work more efficiently, with less effort on your part. Think of it like upgrading your car's engine. You're still driving the same car, but suddenly everything feels smoother, more responsive. Standing up doesn't require that extra push from your arms. Walking longer distances doesn't leave you feeling drained. Your muscles are simply working better. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Beetroot juice? That sounds too trendy, too modern. And doesn't it taste terrible? Let me address this head on. First, beetroot juice isn't some new fad. Beets have been used for health purposes for centuries. What's new is our understanding of exactly why they work so well. The science behind this is rock solid, with study after study confirming these benefits. As for the taste, yes, it has an earthy flavor that can take some getting used to. But here's a secret: you don't have to drink it straight. You can mix it with apple juice, carrot juice, or even add it to a smoothie with some berries. The important thing is getting those powerful compounds into your system. Here's exactly how to use beetroot juice for maximum benefit. Start with 4 to 6 ounces of pure beetroot juice, about 2 to 3 hours before you plan to be more active. Maybe that's before your morning walk, before you do some gardening, or before you go grocery shopping. The timing matters because your body needs those 2 to 3 hours to convert the compounds in the beetroot into that muscle-helping nitric oxide. It's like giving your body a head start before you ask it to perform. If drinking the juice isn't appealing to you, you can also add fresh beetroot to your salads or blend it into smoothies. The key is consistency, making this a regular part of your routine. Within the first week, you're going to notice that activities that used to leave you feeling tired and heavy don't affect you the same way. You'll find yourself with more energy throughout the day, and those leg muscles will feel more responsive and ready to support you. Now, while these foods we've covered so far are fantastic for improving circulation and reducing inflammation, you also need the actual building blocks for strong muscles. And that's where fatty fish comes in as your muscle protector. You've probably heard that fish is good for you, but let me tell you exactly why fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are absolute powerhouses for senior leg strength. Research consistently shows that the omega-3 fatty acids found in these fish do something remarkable. They fight the kind of inflammation that literally wastes away your muscle tissue. At the same time, these fish provide some of the highest quality protein your body can use to maintain and even build muscle. This is crucial information for anyone over 60, because here's what happens as we age. Our bodies start losing muscle mass at an accelerated rate. It's like someone is slowly turning down the volume on your muscle-building machinery. But fatty fish provides a 1-2 punch that can slow this process down dramatically. The omega-3s work like bodyguards for your existing muscle, protecting it from the inflammation that breaks it down. Meanwhile, the protein gives your body the raw materials it needs to maintain what you have and even add a little more. Think about it this way. You wouldn't try to build a house without both protection from the weather and the right building materials. Your muscles need the same thing, and fatty fish delivers both. Now, here's where a lot of seniors get confused. They think any fish will do the job equally well. But that's not the case. Lean fish like cod or tilapia are fine, but they don't have those muscle-protecting omega-3s that you really need. You want the fatty fish, the ones that swim in cold, deep waters and have built up those healthy oils. And here's another thing that matters more than most people realize. Wild-caught versus farm-raised makes a real difference in how much of these beneficial nutrients you're actually getting. Wild-caught fish typically have higher levels of those omega-3s and fewer potentially harmful compounds. I know some of you might be thinking, fish is expensive, or I don't know how to cook it properly. But here's the thing, you don't need to eat it every day. The research shows that 2 to 3 servings per week, each about 4 ounces, is enough to get these muscle-protecting benefits. And you don't need to get fancy with the preparation. Simple baked salmon with some herbs, or even sardines on toast, can be absolutely delicious and incredibly beneficial. Canned salmon and sardines are budget-friendly options that are just as nutritious as fresh fish. Within a few weeks of making fatty fish a regular part of your routine, you're going to notice that your muscles feel more resilient. That general weakness and fatigue that creeps in throughout the day, it starts to back off. Your muscles begin to feel more like they're on your team again. Our final food might be the most important of all, because it provides the fundamental building blocks your muscles absolutely must have to function properly. And that foundation is high-quality protein sources like Greek yogurt, eggs, and legumes. Now, this might surprise you, but recent studies have revealed something that changes everything we thought we knew about protein and aging. It turns out that as a senior, you actually need more protein than younger adults, not less. We're talking about 25 to 30 grams of protein with each meal to properly trigger your body's muscle-building process. Most people have this completely backwards. They think that as you get older, you need less of everything, including protein. But your body is actually becoming less efficient at using protein as you age, which means you need more of it to get the same muscle building and muscle maintaining benefits. Think of it like this. When you were younger, your body was like a high-efficiency car that could run well on regular gas. Now, you need premium fuel, and you need more of it to get the same performance. Greek yogurt, eggs, and legumes like beans and lentils are what scientists call complete proteins. This means they contain all the essential amino acids, those building blocks that your muscles absolutely must have to repair themselves and stay strong. Here's what happens when you get enough of these high-quality proteins. Your body finally has the tools it needs to maintain your existing muscle and even build a little more. Remember, your muscles are constantly breaking down and rebuilding themselves. Without enough protein, the breaking down wins. With enough protein, the rebuilding process can keep up or even get ahead. But here's where so many seniors go wrong. Many of you undereat protein because you think it's too heavy or that you don't need much at your age. Others go to the opposite extreme and rely on protein powders, thinking they're somehow better than real food. Let me be clear about this. Whole food sources of protein are almost always more effective and better absorbed than powders. Your body recognizes real food and knows exactly what to do with it. Plus, when you eat a piece of salmon or a bowl of Greek yogurt, you're getting other beneficial nutrients along with the protein. Here's your simple rule of thumb. Include a palm-sized portion of protein with each meal. That could be 2 eggs scrambled with some vegetables for breakfast, a cup of Greek yogurt with berries for lunch, or a piece of fish about the size of your palm for dinner. And don't forget about snacks. A handful of nuts, some cheese with crackers, or even a hard-boiled egg can help you reach those protein targets throughout the day. The beautiful thing about focusing on protein is that the results come relatively quickly. Within 2 to 3 weeks of consistently getting enough high-quality protein, you're going to notice that your muscles feel more solid, more reliable. That shaky feeling when you stand up, it starts to disappear. Your legs feel more stable when you walk, more ready to support you through your day. Now, knowing about these 5 powerful foods is one thing, but knowing how to use them together effectively, that's where the real magic happens. And let me show you exactly how to put this all together into a daily routine that will transform how your legs feel and function. You don't need to completely overhaul your life or spend hours in the kitchen. What you need is a simple, practical timeline that makes these 5 foods work together like a perfectly coordinated team. Here's your daily game plan, and I want you to think of this as your new daily ritual for stronger legs. Start your morning with that first serving of tart cherry juice about 30 minutes before breakfast. While you're sipping that, you can be preparing your breakfast. Maybe some scrambled eggs with a handful of spinach mixed in, or a bowl of Greek yogurt with berries. You're already getting 2 of your 5 power foods before you've even fully started your day. For lunch, this is where you want to focus on those leafy greens. Maybe some sautéed spinach as a side dish, or a hearty salad with kale and fresh beetroot. The key is making this a non-negotiable part of your midday meal. Now, here's where the timing gets really important. About 2 to 3 hours before your daily walk, your trip to the grocery store, or whatever physical activity you have planned, that's when you want your beetroot juice. Remember, your body needs that time to convert those powerful compounds into muscle-helping fuel. End your day with dinner that includes your fatty fish, maybe some baked salmon with herbs, or sardines on toast if you prefer something simpler. And don't forget that second serving of tart cherry juice in the evening. This helps your muscles recover overnight from the day's activities. Now, I want to be realistic with you about what to expect and when you'll start feeling these changes. In the first week, you might notice that you're not as stiff when you get out of bed in the morning. Maybe walking to the bathroom or down the hall feels a little easier. These are subtle changes, but they're real, and they're the beginning of something bigger. By weeks 2 and 3, you're going to notice more energy for your daily activities. Tasks that used to leave you feeling drained, like grocery shopping or doing light housework, won't take as much out of you. You might find yourself thinking, that wasn't as hard as usual. After a month or more of consistently following this routine, that's when you'll really feel the difference. Climbing stairs won't leave you breathless. Getting up from your chair won't require that extra push from your arms. Your legs will feel more stable, more reliable, more like they're truly supporting you again. But before you dive headfirst into this new routine, I need to share some important safety information with you. If you're taking any medications, especially blood thinners, or if you have kidney issues, you absolutely must talk to your doctor before making these dietary changes. Some of these foods can interact with certain medications. And please, start slowly. Don't try to implement all 5 foods at their full amounts on day 1. Start with smaller portions and gradually increase them over a week or 2. Your digestive system will thank you, and you'll be more likely to stick with the routine long term. Listen, I know change can feel overwhelming, especially when you're dealing with physical challenges. But remember, you didn't lose your leg strength overnight, and you're not going to get it back overnight either. This is a journey, and every step forward is a victory worth celebrating. I know watching your own mobility decline or seeing a loved one struggle with leg weakness can feel absolutely overwhelming. It's heartbreaking when simple activities that you've done your whole life, like walking to the mailbox, climbing the stairs to your bedroom, or even just standing up from your favorite chair, suddenly become these major challenges that leave you feeling frustrated and maybe even a little scared. Maybe you've caught yourself avoiding certain activities because you're worried about your legs giving out. Maybe you've had to ask for help with things you used to do effortlessly. Or maybe you're watching someone you love struggle with these same issues, and you feel helpless, not knowing how to help them feel stronger and more confident again. I see you. I understand that fear. The fear that this is just how things are going to be from now on. The worry that you're going to keep getting weaker, that you're going to lose more and more of your independence. That maybe the best days are behind you. But here's what I want you to understand, and I need you to really hear this. Leg weakness isn't just an inevitable part of aging that you have to accept. What you're experiencing isn't a life sentence. It's not something you just have to live with and hope for the best. You now have science-backed tools to fight back and reclaim your strength and independence. Every single food I've shared with you today has real research behind it. Real studies showing real people getting real results. This isn't wishful thinking or false hope. This is actionable information that can change your life. You don't have to feel helpless anymore. You don't have to just watch your mobility decline and accept it. You have the power to take control of this situation, starting today, starting with your very next meal. If you recognize yourself in this video, if any of what I've described resonates with you, I want you to start with just one of these foods today. Pick the tart cherry juice. It's the easiest place to begin, and it has the strongest research behind it. You can find it at any grocery store. It's simple to incorporate into your routine, and you could start noticing benefits within just a few days. Don't try to change everything at once. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just start with that one simple step, and then build from there. Remember, every small step you take toward better nutrition is an investment in your future mobility and independence. Every glass of tart cherry juice, every serving of leafy greens, every piece of salmon you eat. These aren't just meals, they're statements. They're you saying, I'm not giving up. I'm going to fight for my strength. I'm going to take control of my health. You have more control than you think. You're not powerless in this situation. And you're definitely not too old to see real improvements in how you feel and move. So let's bring this all together. You now know about 5 scientifically proven foods that can help you feel stronger in your legs starting in just days. Tart cherry juice for muscle recovery and reducing that inflammation that keeps you sore and weak. Leafy greens and beetroot juice for circulation, getting that oxygen-rich blood flowing to your leg muscles where it's needed most. Fatty fish for controlling inflammation and protecting the muscle you have. And high-quality protein sources for giving your body the building blocks it needs to maintain and strengthen your muscles. These 5 foods work together like a perfectly coordinated team to support stronger, more resilient leg muscles. Each one plays its part, but together, they create something powerful, a real path back to feeling more confident and capable in your own body. Now, I'm curious about your experience. Which of these foods are you most excited to try? Maybe you're already drinking tart cherry juice and didn't realize how beneficial it was. Or maybe you've been avoiding leafy greens, but now you're willing to give them another chance. And here's something I'd really love to know. Have you noticed improvements in your leg strength from any foods that I didn't mention in this video? Sometimes the best tips come from real people sharing their real experiences. Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single comment, and I learn so much from all of you. If this science-based approach to senior health resonates with you, if you appreciate getting real, research-backed information instead of empty promises, consider subscribing to Elderly Healthcare. We're building a community here of people who believe that aging well is possible, that you don't have to accept decline as inevitable. And if you found this video helpful, a simple like really does make a difference. It helps other seniors who are struggling with leg weakness find this information. Your like could be the reason someone else discovers these tools that could change their life. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging doesn't mean accepting weakness. It doesn't mean giving up on feeling strong and capable. With the right nutrition, with the right knowledge, you can maintain your strength and independence for years to come. Your legs have carried you through life, through all your adventures, your challenges, your everyday moments. They deserve to be taken care of. They deserve to feel strong again. And you deserve to feel confident in your own body, no matter what your age. So take care of yourself. Start with just one of these foods today. Take that first step towards stronger legs and a more confident you. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.